Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and thanks for tuning into another epic battle in Rome 2 Total War. This is a 2 vs 2, and it was a subscribers battle replay submitted by Max Laser. Let's go ahead and take a look at the army comps, and then we'll get the battle started. The first army on the battlefield today is Galatia, commanded by Max Laser, and he's deployed his forces all inside the forest to the left-hand side of the map, and his ally has deployed on the open ground to the right-hand side. Right in the front lines, though, he's got 4 units of the Levy Freemen, which is a very cheap unit, but they're excellent in soaking up enemy fire as you do move your more elite troops into melee. And before they get ahead of us, he also has a couple units of these Raiders, Galatian Raiders, 2 units of them, which are light missile units. He's also got a couple units of the mercenary Syrian archers, which is interesting. I thought Rome was the only one that could bring the mercenary Syrian archers, but it looks like Galatia can as well. He's got 2 units of them. And then for his meat of the army, he's got 5 units of the Galatian legionaries. And then on either flank, he has a unit of naked swords, totaling 2. Which have decent melee attack and melee damage. Also good melee defense as well. And then for his main heavy cavalry, he's got 2 units of the mercenary Cappadocian cavalry. And then we have the noble horse right in the center. And that is it for Max Laser's forces, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. The next army on the battlefield today is the Odrysian Kingdom, commanded by Illusion, and he's also got a good mix of skirmishers, cavalry, and infantry. Right in the front lines, he has 3 units of the Thracian Slingers. And then his main-bodied infantry is a good mix of the Thracian Warriors, which have a really high melee attack and weapon damage. You can see 46 and 45 there. And then he's got 3 units of the Thracian Nobles. And check out that melee attack. 76 melee attack. Really high morale as well. Excellent charge bonus, so they definitely are well used as a shock infantry unit, just charging straight into the ranks, albeit not into pikemen. But he also has 2 units of Thracian skirmishers as well, probably keeping them behind to focus some more heavily armored targets. And he's also brought some spears as well. He's got, I think, 2 units of these spears, and then a unit of the mercenary hoplites, or hoplites. For his main cavalry, he's got the Thracian horsemen, and then the Thracian royal cavalry as well, looking really cool. And also surprisingly high melee attack on these guys as well. But that is it for the Odrysian Kingdom, so let's go ahead and take a look at the enemies. The first enemy army on the battlefield today is Sparta, commanded by Falcon. And usually when people play Sparta, they just go really heavy into the heavy spearmen, which is what Sparta is known for. But it's nice to see that Falcon has actually brought some good melee cav to the battlefield. He actually has 4 units of the citizen cavalry here. And then if we kind of zip over to his main force, he's got 4 units of royal Spartans for his front line. And then he's gone with 6 units of Helot archers, which is interesting to see such a large amount of skirmishers for a Spartan player. And then, of course, we do have the general right back here as well, the Spartan general, one of the coolest looking generals in the game. But that is it for the first enemy, so let's go ahead and take a look at the second one. The second enemy army on the battlefield today is also Sparta, commanded by King Ives Legacy, and he's actually moving out of the forest into the field to challenge the Odrysian Kingdom. And he's got pretty close to the same setup. He's got 4 units of the Royal Spartans, 2 on either flank, and in the center he's got 4 units of Spartan pikemen, but he's gone less heavy on the Helot archers, only bringing 3 of them. And then he also has his general's bodyguard over here as well. And that is it for all the armies, guys. So without further ado, let's get to the battle. Alright guys, welcome to the battlefield, and as you can see, Max Laser being very aggressive at the start with his Raider horsemen from Galatia, actually getting some good shots into the citizen cavalry, which are in hot pursuit. I'm not sure if the citizen cavalry are going to catch up to these Raider horsemen as well, because I think they are a little bit faster. So unfortunately, Falcon is losing some very valuable cavalry early on, and it looks like he is content to just continue chasing the Galatian Raiders down. And he actually may catch this unit that we are zoomed in on. Nope. Oh, I thought he was going to disengage, but it looks like he is going to continue chasing them into the trees, which I think would be a good option, is a good option for Max Laser, because I think he is just withdrawing to the rest of his infantry, and then he will be able to get the support of his naked swords and the Galatian legionaries against the citizen cavalry. But I may have pulled off 2 or 3 units. I don't think it's necessary to actually bring all 4 units into the forested area like this. And yeah, look at this. We've actually got the mercenary Cappadocian cavalry moving forward. So actually, let's take a look at this charge here. Oh, and it looks like at the last minute they are going to try and escape, but the Cappadocian cavalry getting that nice charge into the backs of the citizen cav as they do try to disengage. And I think it's too little too late at this point. We've got another unit charging in from the other side and effectively penning the citizen cavalry in. And the Raider horsemen are kind of free to just go back to the battlefield and harass the Spartans even more. Now let's take a look at what else is going on. This is what's left of Falcon's forces here, his 6 units of Helot archers with the Royal Spartans. And it looks like we've actually got the Odrysians coming in over here as well. I'm not sure if the Spartan player is realizing the cavalry is coming towards them at a healthy clip. And this cavalry must have been hidden during the army comp, because I did not see these 3 units of citizen cavalry, so it does look like the other Spartan player was able to bring some cavalry to the battlefield as well. And there we go. It looks like the Thracian horsemen actually catching all 3 units of citizen cavalry in melee, and well done to the Odrysian player pulling back his other units, because he doesn't want to lose his general early on. You can see that the Helot archers have been brought forwards to start skirmishing down that cavalry. Now, as speaking of skirmishes, I'm hoping that these Thracian slingers are focusing down the pikemen, but unfortunately it looks like they're going for the Helot archers. A much better target would be these pikemen, because the pikemen are very susceptible to missile fire. They do have a decent amount of armor, but he doesn't really have anything that's going to be able to challenge them head on. But let's go ahead and focus on what's going on over here. Max Laser is moving his forces forwards. I think he has slaughtered all the citizen cavalry, which is not good for Falcon. That kind of leaves him out in the open and vulnerable here. And actually, it looks like the Thracians are going to be the first ones to move in here, with the Thracian warriors battling it out against the Royal Spartans. And there we go. Looks like more Thracian warriors against the Royal Spartans, which is what I like to see. Oh, don't engage those pikemen head on. Oh, yeah, see, that is a little bit of a mistake. I would have just kind of sat there and not engaged, and he's thrown his Thracian nobles in against the pikemen. That is really hard to see. Actually, it looks like the Thracian warriors have now moved in. The Royal Spartans did try to come and help the citizen cavalry in melee, but now, unfortunately, they are going to be completely surrounded. Well done to the Thracian player getting his spears over here to catch the cavalry. And the general's just going to be running down those Helot archers. Well done there. Now what he needs to do is turn around and hit this pike line from behind. But he is waiting until the Helot archers have been broken. I just wanted to zip over there. It looks like Max Laser is about to engage. And well done on the Thracian player. He has pulled his units back. Oh, come on. The general was poised and ready to attack. Well done. He is focusing down the Spartan pikemen, and there we go. Huge hit into the back of the Spartan pikemen, throwing a lot of them down to the ground there. That was an excellent charge. And actually, Galatia also helping over here by skirmishing down the Royal Spartans from behind. Now, Max Laser is being a lot more calm about this. Or I shouldn't say calm, but he's kind of taking it a lot slower, and he is exactly using the Levy Freemen to their advantage by allowing all of these Helot archers to just skirmish them down. And nice volley into the Helot archers before moving into melee. However, you can see that the Levy Freemen are already wavering. No worries, though. They're really a pretty cheap unit, and actually Max Laser is just going to disengage with some of them, not just throw them away needlessly. So well done there. I think Falcon has realized what's going on, and he's stopped. Nope, he has not stopped firing down on the Levy Freemen. He's got to stop wasting his ammo there. He's got to use his 6 helot archers to his advantage. Well, let's go ahead and put this on slow motion just for a bit here and see what else is going on. The Spartan pikemen are kind of pulled out of position now. They don't have that security of not being charged in the flanks. You can see that we still have some Odrysian cavalry getting around and behind, and we saw the good charge that they were able to inflict on the backs of those Spartan pikemen. And now we do have the Thracian warriors still challenging the heroes of Sparta here, I believe, or the Royal Spartans, which are super heavy spear infantry. And they are holding. They've only lost 9 men so far, which is incredible considering all that they've dealt with. Over here, they are a little bit more depleted, though. You can see these Royal Spartans down to 18 men, and this one down to 53. I think that is thanks to the Galatian riders, although it looks like the citizen cavalry has caught them in melee. And we actually have some Celtic skirmishers coming over to this flank, looks like, to help out his ally. And we've still got the Levy Freeman being focused down over on this side. I'm not sure why he's wasting all of his ammo on those Levy Freemen. Meanwhile, you can see that the Galatian legionaries here are just sitting back and relaxing. They haven't even seen melee yet. None of them have taken any casualties. And that is his best infantry. So if he can get them into melee, you know, completely healthy, he stands a chance at winning against the Spartans. This is a little bit dangerous, though. We've got the Thracian Royal Cavalry down to 16 men. Another good charge into the backs of the Spartan pikemen, though. But the battle lines are just everywhere now. And look at this. I love these Royal Spartans fighting just completely surrounded. And they're still holding strong. And this is what Spartans are known for. They will hold. And these spears are going to be no match for the Spartan pikemen, or sorry, the Royal Spartans. Got some Thracian warriors here. They're kind of just sitting there and doing nothing, though. Over here as well, we've got the mercenary hoplites moving in against the Royal Spartans. And nice, so we are starting to engage some of the more depleted units. Here comes another good charge. I would have maybe gone for this one, though, before it could form up. But it is a pretty close battle over here, I would say. Actually, it looks like a few units of Perioikoi pikemen have emerged as well, so they must have been hidden before the army comps were completed, because I did not see the Perioikoi pikemen. But there we go, we've got the Galatian legionaries moving into melee now. And unfortunately, the Spartan battle line has just really disengaged from each other. It's just pockets of fighting here, which is really dangerous. The Spartans need to have a good front line, and they need to have secure flanks. And if those two things are true, the Spartans can just hold forever. But they definitely are not unbeatable, that is for sure. We've got the heroes of Sparta coming over here to protect all of the Helot archers. But we've got more Galatian legionaries and the mercenary Syrian archers moving over here as well. And the naked swords taking a wide flank. We've actually got some naked warriors, or some naked swords again over here. I'm wondering if they are going to flank around these two units of Perioikoi pikemen. I think they are going to turn around, so well done noticing that. We've also got the Celtic skirmishers here, firing into their backs. But yeah, still a really close battle over here, I'd have to say. The Royal Spartans down to 14. We've got 32 here. 20 of the Spartan pikemen. The general down to 58. Again, those Thracian nobles getting that really good charge bonus off, which allows them to get a decent amount of kills early on. These pikemen are a little bit out of position. I'm seeing some Illyrians, or sorry, some Odrysians retreating from the battlefield. Spartans regrouping. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other Spartan battle over here. And yeah, look at this. The Perioikoi pikemen just caught completely out of position here. They're trying to pull out, but in doing so, they're losing a lot of men. And we've got the mercenary Cappadocian cavalry finally making connection with those Helot archers. And how are the Galatian legionaries doing compared to the Royal Spartans? It's pretty even, I would say, but if these naked warriors can get in behind, it's going to be GG for this Spartan unit. Not sure where he is planning to move them in. Yep, exactly where I thought. Nice charge there. Spartans being slaughtered left and right. Let's take a little overview of the battlefield, and yeah, look at all this. All of his skirmishers are just behind the Spartan lines, and they've just started to annihilate the ranks. The Spartans are still holding, but their numbers are being thinned too much by the relentless fire of the mercenary Syrian archers. And it looks like the Spartans on this flank have been pretty much victorious, I would say. I wouldn't count the Odrysians out just yet. Again, they've still got the mercenary hoplites here, and actually, these poor Royal Spartans are facing away from a Thracian slinger unit, so they will be able to tear down this unit from behind. And over here, well done. The spear is just disengaging from the Royal Spartans and Spartan pikemen. He's saving that unit and actually just allowing his Thracian slingers to, again, get more kills. Use up that ammo, because it will help. If Max Laser does win on his side, it will make his job easier over here when he does have to inevitably face the final remnants of this Spartan force. But yeah, these Royal Spartans down to 22. Mercenary hoplites still have 48. But it looks like they are actually just kind of forming a final stand over here. It looks like the Spartan pikemen were coming over here to help their ally, but that ally is no more. You can see this final unit here in the trees of Royal Spartans actually just getting a major charge from behind by the noble horse. They are shaken, wavering now. I believe this is the last unit. And yeah, that extra charge of the naked swords coming in, actually steadying themselves though. That is impressive. But now they are wavering again. I didn't see what happened to the other Spartan general, but I imagine he was cut down trying to defend the Helot archers, which is very admirable considering the Helots were little more than slaves to the Spartans. And I think that the Odrysians have held just long enough to allow the Galatians to win on their flank. It was quite close over here. I'd say that, you know, the Spartans would have had it against the Odrysian kingdom. I think the Odrysian kingdom, again, sending his elite nobles right onto the pikemen early on was a bit of a mistake. I think that may have cost him on his side, but luckily Max Laser came through quite healthy from his engagement in the trees. This is so epic, though. It looks like the Odrysians are not giving up. More depleted Spartan pikeman units. And actually, I'm seeing some mercenary Cappadocian cavalry charging in. Oh, they disengaged just at the last second. I think Max Laser was worried that the pikes were going to be down. The pikes were going to come down in time, but a nice charge there with, I believe that's the other unit of Macedonian, or mercenary Cappadocians, getting a pretty soft charge into the Royal Spartans there. They managed to just turn around and deal with that. And the spear unit is starting to waver. We do have some Thracian slingers that were going to move into melee, but they've decided against it. So this is all that the Spartans have left. Got 45, 50, 65, 95, 140. So it's basically 150 men still left on the battlefield here as the Galatians move forwards. And it actually looks like they are trying to form some kind of square with their depleted units. A Spartan last stand. And I'm not sure, it looks like Max Laser is just holding with his forces, getting his entire strength together. But yes, this is exactly what's happening. We've got a a little last stand here, but we've got actually the Odrysians moving in once again, very bravely trying to disrupt this final formation that they are making. And we've got the mercenary Cappadocian cavalry over here who have kind of been zoned out. They're just waiting for an opening, waiting for the Spartans to make a mistake, and then they can move forwards and hopefully win the day. But actually, I'm seeing some movement over here, so what is going on? Oh, he's actually bringing some Celtic skirmishers forwards, trying to disrupt this little box. Get them to turn away to protect themselves from the slinger shot, and then the Cappadocian cavalry is just going to come in from behind and end it all. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that was a disgusting volley. Let's see if we can see another of those close up. Yep, there goes one unit. Oh, Spartans, this is your day to die. Getting hit in the flank here, this Royal Spartan unit. Oh, it's just a slaughter. No mercy. Oh, and there we go. They've just all broken at the last second there. So a costly victory. Let's take a look at the end results. Actually, it says Pyrrhic victory. I don't know about that. I mean, yeah, the Galatian legionaries were pretty banged up in that engagement, so I don't know if it was Pyrrhic, though. I'd say costly. Anyways, taking a look at the end results, the Cappadocian cavalry doing quite well, the Galatian legionaries doing solid. Naked swords, usually they get more than that. I'm kind of a little surprised, but well done with the skirmishers. And Illusion with his Thracian Royal Cavalry getting some excellent kills there, and a lot of those are the Spartan pikemen that he got some good rear charges on. And the Thracian nobles, I mean, they should have gotten more kills, but they did waste a lot of their manpower on the pikes. And not too many kills on the Thracian warriors, but all around I'd say pretty good. 87 and 60, not too bad with the slingers. Looking at Falcon, unfortunately his citizen cavalry just getting wiped out early on. The Helot archers getting a decent amount of kills. The Perioke pikemen not so much though. They were kind of caught out of position early on. But the Royal Spartans doing well, 115 and 81. And then King Ives Legacy, Royal Spartans 146, 206 here. That's excellent. His Helot archers didn't do so hot, but I think most of his Royal Spartans doing pretty solidly. And the Spartan pikemen did get a decent amount of kills from that initial charge from the Thracian nobles. Well, that is it for this battle, guys. I really hope you did enjoy. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this in the future. And as always, I will see you in the next one.